Hello folks, welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspocrypto. Well, my plan is not to make a big statement in the beginning. I try to make it short. First of all, someone tagged me in a comment of a guy with 100k followers, and he was saying, yeah, so many are yelling that scam and manipulated. That's the best free market you can imagine. It's all about supply and demand. Let us talk. First of all, I'm not against bull runs. I'm not against rallies. It doesn't matter what kind of quality they have. Absolutely not. I didn't join crypto just to short, or not to buy, or not to sell, or not to trade. I joined this market because I know it has a huge potential to become the future market. And I'm not talking future about futures and derivative, even it looks a little bit like, but no. Because I believe in crypto. And I know that the political agenda, doesn't matter how politicians want to talk bad about crypto, I know that's part of it. But the question is always, how? I was a big enemy of the bull run in July 21st. Because I knew that was mainly driven by one entity, that was FTX. They manipulated the price and then pushed up buying 75,000 bitcoins. Big entities didn't the same. Instead, they unload. I wasn't a big fan of it. People were saying 100k next. I said no, it's not going to happen. Because it's over. It's done. You don't get that. They accumulated millions in 2018. They started to distribute February 2021. Make your homework. Check the charts. That's absolutely usual. Buy huge, distribute, and the distribution, with all the problems we received with the shrinking demand and so on, takes time. And yes, it will bring us even lower than 15k maybe. And doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. But if you see that they are using mainly futures to push up the price, supporting it all the time with BUSD. BUSD is pushing up more and more and more and more. Then these people tell, yeah, but after FTX collapse, every whale just went directly to Binance. Now I got it. Okay, then they decided, hey, if I'm going to trade on Binance, I need to use BUSD because they don't offer USDC or USDT, for example. Now that makes sense. And we have the issue with the BUSD created by Binance. It's a different thing than the BUSD provided by Paxos. We have two different ones. We have the Paxos BUSD that works on the Ethereum blockchain, and we have the Binance BUSD created or based on the Binance Smart Chain, where even Binance confirmed that in several period of times it was unbaked. We just created this BUSD from thin air. But everything is fine because that's part of crypto. We know that from Tether, and it's fine. I mean, we don't need to talk about all the red flags out there. We don't need to go over to macroeconomics, to the monetary policy, or how the whole geopolitical situation looks like. Because SPX, SPY, we don't need to talk about them. I don't even know how far they brought them, but I guess they are still trying to push up above of 400, or I guess they are even 401. So they are fighting there because we have a gamma wall there, a huge one. So it's not the first time. If we talk about crypto, you think institutional money is here? You really think that? I can tell you that German institutional money didn't arrive in crypto. They were so ready, and even the law framework was done. But they didn't, because it's an unregulated market. And thanks to their smartness, they didn't. Why? FTX collapse. Why? Greedy, scammy stuff. Let us talk about that. Let us be straight. Genesis. And I don't want to say the name of the big hedge fund that led collapse, not only Genesis at the end, but why? Greedy stuff. It was greedy. Everything greedy. Let us make money with nothing. Like FTTs using them as collateral. Come on, let us make a little bit of marketing. Let the retailers fool a little bit. Let us make big money, because not only they will increase the value of our trash-owned coin, but at the same time we can liquidate them. That's crazy, isn't it? So the market has shown last year a bad face, and that's not going to attract the big money. Only regulation can do that, in my opinion. Trust and money walks hand in hand. Without trust, no money. That's the rule. So if I take a look around me and people, maxis, people like, Moon, those who told us 2021, 100K, 2022, 100K, 2023, until June, 220K. Yes, exactly the same people. The same people are not much better than those who are pushing up with BUSD, supporting the futures to push up more while they are distributing. That's what it is. If you like it, good. If you don't like it, also good. But don't say or don't try to discredit me. It's not going to work. I mean, I know what this community is. I spent now over 2 years here. I had people around me, I thought they are good ones, and they showed their real face afterwards. So I know that, but I never cared, and I'm not going to start to care. I don't care what other people say, because otherwise they will influence me. Inspo is not influenceable. It is not. I really don't care. How many times I said, I don't care if I have 30K followers or 5K or 100. I was extremely happy with 500 followers. I was interacting with them extremely much more than now. So I don't care. I don't have anything you can take out from Inspo that can let him capitulate. It's not possible. Take it or leave it. If you think this market is solid, with all the crap they are doing, with the whole environment, how it's looking like, It's fine. I have said, just trade the market, but be careful. Nobody knows when they will do, and then it's over. And I told you, be extremely careful. It happened in the past. It can happen at any time. If you think that's a solid market, supply and demand, and this market is going to move to 220,000, guy, we are not even touching the 23K. Jesus, you can become billionaire until June. You are dumb if you are not doing it. So let us go. Now it was longer than expected, as usual. Let us go and take a look to the market now. I miss to talk about geopolitics and about monetary policy. I miss it. Well, it doesn't matter. We will do it tomorrow. Nothing will change, I guess, until tomorrow. Just one thing. Because that's really, really important. In the US, they have again the problem to raise the debt limitation. Means Democrats, one part, Republicans on the other part. Republicans saying, hey, we want to see how you are cutting your spendings. Otherwise, we are not going to agree to raise the limitation of debt. While Democrats are just yelling, you're dumb. We need that money because otherwise, chaos. Otherwise, the markets will crash. Well, yeah, it's possible. Happened in the past. Can happen again. Be careful with that. ECB mentioned twice 50 BPS on the table for February and March. ECB Euro. Something I would say that's a solid way because the ECB doesn't have the options that the Fed has. Even the Fed has a very limited options on the table. However, something where I would say it's okay. Now, the second thing, 99.97% of all market actors, it's at least that's what they said, are expecting 25 PPS for the next interest rate decision by the Fed. If that's going to happen, you can imagine more money is going to flow from the US dollar to the euro. That's usual. So DXY will dump. In such case, it will dump. While in the US, even people are saying, yeah, inflation peaked, everything is fine, ha, 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 ha. Be careful. Check the data. Services inflation in the US is going up like hell. Services. Check how much services make in the whole US economy. Goods are declining yet, but if the US dollar is going to dump, you can imagine that import inflation will go up because everything what they are going to buy is going to be more expensive. So doesn't look that great. However, let us have in mind all the discussions about debt limitations in the US. I hope that's the word, debt limitation. I'm not really sure, but that's one big red flag maybe for this week. It's a thing of politics, and we need to see if they can agree or find any agreement together. If not, it could be a big pain for the markets because they will stop to do anything. You remember, I don't know how many years it's now, but they had the same situation and they had to stop in many official buildings to stop to work and, to reduce everything. So it could happen again. I don't know, maybe. However, that's a thing. And ECB, of course, another thing. PPI, if I'm right, and I think I am, let me check. Is that here? No, it's here. Let me check a moment. Then we can go directly to our analysis. I don't know why investing is always removing all my settings. Okay, so for this week we have Thursday, GDP, initial jobless claims. Okay, that's interesting. Core durable goods orders could be also interesting, but Friday core PCE price index and pending home sales, but core PCE price index is a nice indication and could give us an indicator how the inflation situation is looking like. Core durable good orders also could be very interesting to see inflation or deflationary effects. And GDP. They are forecasting 0.6% less than last time, than the previous one. That would be big, but so that's forecasted and we need to see. However, so no weights ratio. 5 minutes. I'm sorry, I just forgot it. Weights ratio, what's doing? Finally, and that's something that I was waiting for. Finally, the weights ratio is declining. I was reading out there in the Telegram channel, people were saying, yeah, but look, the weights ratio went up like hell, that's good. No, that's not necessarily good, because just saying that weights are sending more and more bitcoins to centralized exchanges. And when it declines, usually it's where they completed the whole preparation, and usually then afterwards they will start to unload. But of course, unload only means a bigger sell pressure, maybe some volatility. Doesn't automatically mean we will nuke. Even it depends, of course, who is pushing up the price right now. If that's the same guys using futures to distribute more, they will create the next dip and then we can go down. But we will need to see what is happening here. It's the first time since a while that we went down to almost 40% in one day. So we will see how far they want to decline or if it's going to flip and go up again. That's something we need to check. So let us take a look here to the weights ratio 30 hours moving average. And once again, they did what they did last time as well. Push up, decline, push up, decline. So every time, when the sell pressure is coming and coming and coming and you think, okay, something is, they stop. And you think, what is happening here? Why? I don't know. It's like they want a bigger price to distribute more. And that's what they are doing. It is what it is. Stablecoin reserves on centralized exchanges, as you can see, it's declining more. So we can talk about when that happens. Usually it's a very simple math. You are sending your stablecoins to Binance because you want to buy some bitcoins in the dip. Okay, all these stablecoins you send will be part of their reserve, because the only thing what we are doing here is tracking Binance wallets. So it should appear here. If their reserves is declining, what does that matter to you? What does that tell you? That tells you that someone is cashing out. So their reserves is declining. That's usually what happens. They are taking out stablecoins and leaving the exchange. That's why they're reserves. And usually then when you see, for example, a bigger, usually it's a 1 billion or something. If you see a bigger outflow in stablecoins, 1 billion, usually it goes then to treasury, and usually then that means that the centralized exchange has a lot of stablecoins and they want to convert this in fiat, for example. It's not happening. Instead, the stablecoin reserves on centralized exchanges is declining more and more, and we need to see what's going to happen next. Let us go forward. So let us take a look here. That was crazy. I mean, it's a long time ago that we have seen on a Saturday, 11 o'clock, so PM, just an inflow of 2,700 bitcoins to centralized exchanges. I don't remember when that happens last time. I'm so sorry if you are hearing all the time this Windows signal sound. It's just because Coinbase and Circle are still sending those 230 millions between each others. USDC Coinbase, Binance USDC Treasury, Coinbase to unknown, unknown to Treasury. I don't know. That looks... I'm not an expert, but yeah, okay. And more coming. Oh my god. I don't know. Is that money laundering what they are doing or something? I really don't get that. However, so afterwards we started to decline, but nothing big, you know. And today it looks very quiet. I mean, the maximum... Oh, Jesus, can they just stop with that? 750 750 bitcoins. That was the max. What we can see here is we had an outflow, stablecoin outflow of 473 million, so indicating they are cashing out. They distributed at 23K, and another 240 millions here, while we had at the same time, when we detected those 470 millions outflow, 230 millions inflow in stablecoins and another 240 million. So indicating, you can see that here it's extremely negative, the net flow, indicating they are cashing out. The question is, the price is not really dumping. How is that possible? Who is buying without to mind new stable coins? Who... I really don't know. I mean, it seems that whales, without that we notice it, they send billions and billions and billions to Binance, and they are pushing the price up. Yeah. It's funny? No, it's not. So who is pushing the price? Nobody knows. People say whales. Okay, well, then whales. Magic hands. I don't know. Okay, that's great. Let us go forward. At the same time, of course, we are not noticing here anything big. So I'm still waiting here to see those 2,700 bitcoins flowing out. But I can't. So it seems they are still accumulating bitcoins on centralized exchanges, but that's it. Let us go forward. So let us check what is happening here, what is indicating the future market. The future market has declined a bit, indicating they are... they are just well, at least they were, because that's something we can see here and right now from here, but they went up like crazy here, for example, while the price went up, because they started to push up once again with futures like they did just before, right? You remember? Then we retraced, then we pushed up more, and then they closed their positions once again. And of course, people indicating, hey, we went up like hell, so we need to retrace. No, we didn't. Instead, we went up, 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 and more up. That's what they did. However, open interest declined afterwards. So since we reached our new level of almost 23K, the open interest is declining. They liquidated a lot, it seems, because even here the leverage ratio declined. So it seems they started to liquidate people. We can see that here as well. If we take a look now to the liquidity, we can see peanuts, 80 millions, nothing coming in. The last big one was on Friday, 260 millions, peanuts. We had 600 millions before, so really peanuts. Related to Bitcoin, peanuts. The biggest today, 1,550 Bitcoins. net flow neutral, zero gain, because we had at the same time outflow 1,550 bitcoins. The last big one was Saturday, 3,400 bitcoins, but at the same time outflow 2,000 bitcoins. Nothing more happened here. So if we check here, open interest started to lift up here. So if we check that, means here, leverage ratio pushed up, declined a lot, and the funding rate, you can see it. So the funding rate, open interest, pushing up, 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 up. That's going to create, I mean, they just need to press the red button. And those who are saying right now, well, that's a market of supply and demand. Well, yeah, that's manipulation, that's scam. Because that's how it works, isn't it? Yeah, however, I mean, with a recent pump, the last one, if we tell about 20th, that was Friday. On Friday, they liquidated another 2,800 bitcoins in shorts, while only 280 bitcoins in longs. Then a day later, we had, I would say Saturday was a little bit volatile, at least if you take a look to the 1 day time frame. They liquidated almost 1,000 bitcoins in longs and 1,680 bitcoins in shorts. Jesus, these guys are really, it's all the time Binance, Circle, and Coinbase. And to be honest, I'm really thinking to write them and to ask, hey guys, could you stop with that? You are kicking my balls. And I thought I just turned off the system volume. However, the day after, we just declined a little bit. And they liquidated 780 bitcoins and longs and 387 in shorts. I mean, what the hell? So just imagine they pushed down hard just $1,000. It's, in my opinion, this market at the moment is really overlonged, as mentioned just before. And, well, but that's another thing. Someone just wrote, and it's just a few days ago, it said that they are using the shorts quiz to unload. Was a very interesting theory, by the way, to create artificially with liquidations such kind of demand, and because they are liquidating shorts and unloading at the same time. Possible. Let us go forward. So let us check here, for example, on Binance, nothing changed. I'm not sure if that's right here, because it's a little bit indicating the future market on Binance is dead. I guess that's, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure what the hell is that. Of course, if we zoom out, it will take a little bit. We can see it's really flat. So the patient is dead, unfortunately. But we can see we were here in October, November. Well, in November then we declined, and we are still here. So early stage, we went up very good. We did a nice progress related to open interest in Binance, while the leverage ratio is declining. Also a very interesting thing, but because that means that less leverage, more volume. Something, it's crazy. It's really crazy under the current circumstances. But why not? It's not my money, it's yours. So let us check what the blockchain whispers is indicating, because the last thing it was indicating is okay, let me break a little bit. So now it worked. it's indicating that longs are coming back. So it seems that people flipped. Hey, every time we are expecting we will go down, it doesn't work. They are liquidating me. Hey, fuck. Then let us go up. I long it. I long. So we didn't see any retailers capitulation like in 2021, but it seems a bear capitulation, because even these guys, or many of them, are flipping to bulls and saying, no, well, then let us go up. Yeah, why not? Why not? We can do it. So we have a 50-50. On Ethereum looks once again a little bit different, indicating here 52 to 48. Let us go forward and check what these guys are showing here. Let us take a look to high leverage. And high leverage is on the short side. No, okay, they are at least accumulating high leverage longs. Also very interesting. But yeah, we can go a little bit more up to 23,200 because, and then we can go down. But we need to see all leverage. Let us take a look to all leverage. And all leverage looks a little bit different. So we can liquidate them here. I mean, we have 200 million liquidation positions is maximum. So the maximum would be here. It's low leverage. We need to go up to 38,000 to liquidate them. Otherwise, we have here liquidation clusters between 21 and 21.7. Also interesting on Binance, 25.6 or 29 almost. That's the whole thing. And in my opinion, it only can happen on Friday evening, on Saturdays, on Sundays, or if SPX SPY breaks 400 or 4,000 and goes up, invalidating any kind of bearish price action, because then they will go over to the next POC, and I think it's at 420 or something, and then Bitcoin will push up more. That's the whole story. Or they will use this artificially demand, because the SPY, SPX algos will buy Bitcoin instead, and they can sell. And that's something, I guess, what they just did when SPY was pushing up, hitting 400, and even braked a little bit, going up to 101 before they retraced. And Bitcoin maintained its level, but their volume was lifting up, indicating someone is unloading here, some big. The question is, are they using these opportunities to unload really to say, okay, we are done with the operation, or we sell now, maintain, wait for the moment, and we push up more? I don't know. I really don't know. In my opinion, it's pure distribution. Because they are not dumb. They see as well a lot of red flags related to crypto. But yeah, as long as it works, you know, why not? Okay, we are done here. Let's go forward. So let us take a look who is driving the market right now. And I know it. I guess you know it as well, because you can see that here very well. BUSD up, only up. USDT, once again, using and supporting what these guys are doing. So absolutely fine, that's not new. And even USD doing it. While BUSD, as you see, it seems they are much more smarter than the others, because they knew we are going to moon afterwards. Only those guys who are using Tether and Fiat USD are dumb. These guys are really dumb. I don't know. It seems you're getting a pull when you're buying BUSD and it makes you smart or something. It's possible. Today, I forgot. Today is the sarcasm version of Inspo's daily analysis. I really forgot that. So yeah, you can see what's happening here once again. Yeah, woo, we go up. Some people would say, Inspo, that was a clear double bottom here. We need to go to the moon afterwards. So yeah, what we see here is obviously what I'm talking and saying and spreading all the time. These BUSD guys are the best. These guys know how to drive the market. We can see that's now the aggregated, and that's now BTC USDT on Binance. So BTC, they are right now pushing up with futures, supporting also the Bitcoin collateral. So Bitcoin with the coin. How many? Oh, come on. Really, guys, how many times do you want to send me this whale alerts? I really don't care. Stop with that. Stop with that. Oh, Jesus. So, yeah, looks like they are pushing up and supporting this little, whatever it is. It's just pushing up the price, so that's nothing new. That's something that happens. Bitfinex was distributing nice, to be honest, and we can see that, very nice. Now also here pushing up a little bit, but nothing big. Well, Kraken is extremely bullish. Kraken is extremely bullish. Not the only one. We will check Gemini, what they are doing. Bybit, I don't know what's happening to these guys, but they are really good. I have to say they are really, really good. I don't know how they do it, but they know how to buy and how to distribute. Maybe I should create an account on Bybit. Something is working there extremely good, better than on the others. Coinbase was also interesting to see that they used everything just to distribute more. Of course, now pushing up the price a little bit, I guess, to distribute more. Well, Bitstamp, we don't need to. If you like bulls, I mean, if you don't like mixed societies, you know, if you just want to be around of your own people, only bulls around you, go to Bitstamp. Bitstamp is the exchange for bulls. It's only up. Every maxi should go there. That's something Bitstamp should start a marketing campaign, something like, if you are tired from beers, if you don't only come to Bitstamp. Yeah, something like this, because it's just, look that. And we are not talking about peanuts. We are talking about almost 6,500 bitcoins in 2 weeks. It's not that bad. Well, in Gemini distributed, for example, here you remember they distributed a little bit too early, and they started to buy too late, in my opinion. Then they distributed here a little bit, and they are buying. So also here supporting. By all these supports, when we see that, that's mainly algo driven. Because you remember, I have mentioned that before the FTX collapse, FTX was using mainly Binance for their algos. I don't know if Alameda as well, but at least FTX. While Bitfinex loves to use Huobi, OKEx, Deribit, Kraken. Yeah, one sign, if you want, and sometimes it makes sense. I didn't prove if that works always, but if you see a whale alert, Bitfinex sending 70, 80, 90 millions to Kraken, something is going to happen next. Usually up, sometimes also down, but usually up. So it seems someone from Bitfinex, if it's a whale or whatever, if they need to send more liquidity for their algos, I really don't know what they are doing there, but it's almost 99.99% always the case. So yeah, let us go forward and let us check what these guys are doing. Retailers not selling, they are maintaining their balances. These guys declined a little bit, but also maintaining. These guys here declined and right now maintaining. These guys declined, right now maintaining. And these guys declined, right now maintaining. I don't know what's happening today. These guys declined and right now pushed up, and it seems it's declining, but those guys are mainly more related to centralized exchanges, at least almost 80%, I would say. Let us go forward. We can see here that since we reached the level of 20,700, they started to push more with spot than with futures. How is that possible? Well, first of all, we can see here that was at a price of 17,949. They started to use futures to push up, 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 push up. And it seems that at a price of 20,689, something flipped. I guess those waiting and saying, that's a fake rally. That's because Inspo also said that I don't like it. That smells fishy. I will sit on my hands. At 20,700, they said, fuck Inspo. I have sold my wife, my dog, my house, my car, my spirit, my soul. I'm going to go all in now because Bitcoin will do 220 until end of June. I guess because or they are just closing their futures. It's also possible. And not using more because they reached a level where they say, well, now let them push the price a little bit more, and we will do our stuff when the time is ready. Also possible. That's something we need to see. We need to refresh this chart here and let us see what is happening. Come on. Okay, so market maker sending 600 bitcoins once again, and that's what they are doing. Usually every time they dump the price, and they are not doing it. And I ask, what are you expecting? What are you doing? Is that preparation, or what is I don't know. I really don't know. But just here we received, or they sent 12,000 bitcoins, and it seems they're just distributing, but softly. Everything else on derivatives, stablecoin declining, while at the same time Bitcoin reserves lifting up. Bitcoin reserves on centralized exchanges now relatively flat. That's not flat, but stablecoins declined and now pushed up. So it seems that they sent now stablecoins. No, not really. Yeah, the net flow went up 69 millions, but that's peanuts. So also here, nothing big to see. Let us go forward. So that's the daily one. Just to be careful what I'm showing here, just because we need to zoom out a little bit. Look there. Isn't that incredible? I mean, well, even on Coinbase, if you take a look, for example, they started to distribute, Algo started to distribute just here at the price of 21K. That's also interesting. However, they triggered here sell order, it seems, at 23K, and we are pushing up right now at 23,125. And the next bigger wall would be at 25K. We have one at 24 and another tiny one at 24 as well. Nothing big. Otherwise, they are waiting at 20K or 21K or 19K. Also here at 18K and so on and so forth. And that's really crazy that they are not. They started to introduce more liquidity below 14,600. Something I mean, we are almost $10,000 away from it. It doesn't make sense. Only if you're expecting something big, but instead they are expecting 30Ks, it seems. So for me, it does make sense what they are doing, but however, it's not my money, it's their money. Bitstamp, the bullish town. Also here you can see they removed liquidity a lot. They still have the sandwich here at 14K until 13K. The biggest wall here, it's at 15K, and otherwise 19.5. Nothing big happening here as well. Absolutely not. Binance, also here waiting at 25K. Otherwise we have a very tiny one at 30K, but even at 40K, I mean, if we start to look, we will find max sell order at 2 millions or something, so it doesn't make sense. 21.6, otherwise 19.8. Our main POC, they introduced at 15.5 liquidity, and they removed below 13, it seems. BUSD is also showing here at 25K waiting. Otherwise here also 22K. So they would expect that we could retrace once again, waiting at 22K, for example. But yeah, not happening. Otherwise 21, 2050 and so on and so forth. The next big one would be a 19K. Also here, they, instead of removing liquidity, they are introducing at 13.8, for example, something that it doesn't make sense. Everything below 10,000 disappeared. Bitfinex spot. Bitfinex just indicating 24,600 could be a very interesting level. Otherwise, also here, they are waiting at 20,800, 21.5, 19, 18, 17, and so on and so forth. OKEX spot, nothing. On OKEX, the only thing we can see is there a lot of buy orders. They are pushing the price. That's what we see here. OKEX swap. OKEX swap not indicating anything. Still waiting here at 17K. Kraken also bullish at the moment. 20K. We have a little wall. Otherwise 25 and even 28. Bybit BTC USD also pushing up the price, and Bybit BTC USDT also doing the same. They are pushing the price. Oh, it changed from pushing to pull. Huh, interesting. Or maybe just an error. Bitmax here, they are limiting at 23.5 to 23.8. We have a little one at 25K, otherwise also ready 28, 28.8, 30k. But no, those two are, it seems, algo. So the only ones here at 23.4, 23.5. Also related to BTC USDT futures on Binance, indicating that they want to short much more, hitting 25.5. We don't have anything up. We don't have any big long orders to the downside, only here 21. The biggest one would be at 19,700 or something. That's what we can see at the moment. So let us go forward. Also here expecting 24.2, for example. Yeah, as next level to short. Kraken futures. On Kraken nobody cares. OKEX futures, BTC USD also waiting at 25k. Deribit, nothing we still have on Deribit. For that we need to reduce a little bit more. You can see what they are doing here on Deribit. So I'm not sure if that's a lot, but 1 million each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 millions there. At the same time, you can see here 22 to 21.3, then at 20,600, and so on and so forth. We are here just having some longs waiting, while these guys are shorting, it seems. Market traders shorting since 21. Yeah, that's it. Wow, it was a quick one. Oh, no, not really. Okay.